Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of Throwback Thursday here on Madden 19. That is right, we bring you episode number... what number is it? Is it 4? I think it's the 4th time. I think we finished... this is about a month of the season, or a month of the series has concluded with doing it every Thursday. So I think this is episode number 4. You'll know by the title, obviously. So, episode number 4 of the Throwback series. We are doing the off-season in today's episode. I hope you guys are excited for that, because everybody loves a good off-season video. Who doesn't? And it's going to be an interesting off-season, because we learned in the last episode and throughout the first season that quarterback ratings matter a lot in Madden 19. We have, obviously, rookie Josh Allen. We drafted him in the fantasy draft. And he was about a 74, 75 overall quarterback. We had a pretty decent team around him, full of a lot of veterans that were higher overalls. But we did not play very well at all. Just simply did not play very well. We barely won any games. And then towards the end, we started winning more games. But then we lost some crucial games at the very end of the season, and we were kind of like, are we good? Are we not good? I don't really know what to make of this team in year number 1. So that's what this offseason is going to have to help us with, is try to determine what kind of team we are, and hopefully we draft some really good players and stuff, so we'll have to figure that out. But I'm not sure what to make of this team through the first season, so I hope you guys can help me out with that, because that's going to be pretty massive to try and figure out if this team is good or not. So without further ado, let's get into the offseason, our first offseason of the series. Let's get right to it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's do it. So here we are, right where we left off. We have 15 players ready to negotiate, but 15 players that I'm not too interested in bringing back. As you can see, they're all in the low 70s to high 60s. I'm not interested in bringing these guys back and spending the money that we have on these guys, so I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna bring those guys back. We're gonna advance to the to the first part of the off season. Remember, we did a fantasy draft, so the contracts are going to be all screwed up. Everybody's got new contracts, so the free agent class is not going to be what it was in this real life season. So our highest overall players are running backs, which is a little bit annoying because I don't need a running back. We have a certain very high overall rated running back. Why can't I move my thing over? I did forget that we signed Mike Tomlin as our head coach. I forgot about that. Here's a kicker: Jake Elliott, Matt Prater. We might as well go for Jake Elliott because Matt Prater has offers already. So let's just sign you to a contract, and we can spend a little bit more money on Jake Elliott because I don't foresee us spending too much money on anybody else. And we have 73 million, so we can bid a little bit for a decent kicker, since we are going to let Greg the Leg walk. And since we don't need a running back, we can move down the board a little bit. Bobby McCain at 80 overall, 26 years old, is probably not what I want to do here. It's not a great class of free agents, not a lot of positions of need. I guess we could go with, in terms of depth. Let me take a look at our roster. Let me take a look at our roster and see what we need. The offensive line, we need a left tackle because Joe Staley retired. Running back is good. Quarterback is fine for now. Edelman, Antonio Brown, Mike Williams, John Ross. The wide receivers and tight ends are fine. On defense, we could use a couple maybe backup linebackers, definitely a free safety, and some corners and line depth. Okay, so mainly we need to focus on free agency defense. We need to focus on the defense side of things. And I can't move. I'm pressing L2, but I can't move the thing. So we're going to have to scroll like this. Muhammad Wilkerson, but he's getting paid a little bit too much money. I'd rather save my money for that, especially on a guy. So here we go. So Bobby McCain, now that I need corners, probably makes a little bit more sense to offer a contract to, but this is a little bit too expensive for what I would want to do. Although he does have an offer already, which kind of sucks. So we are going to probably have to overbid for him. We'll go with about 14 over 3 years. That doesn't even put us close. The football team are going crazy on Bobby McCain. I don't know if I can afford what they're throwing at him. 150. Nah, I can't pay that much money for Bobby. I mean, he's a decent corner, but for that much money, I can't compete with what the football team or what the Commanders are offering there. And it looks like a lot of we're going to have to bid for a lot of these guys. TJ Carey, we'll have to go in on him a little bit. I wouldn't hate that. 145 bonus. Let's go with an $8 million contract over 2 years. That puts us far ahead of the Chiefs. That's good. Okay. I still want to get a pass rusher too. Maybe not a pass rusher, but a D tackle, because we do need a little bit of D tackle depth more than D line depth. Ooh, Mo Claiborne has no offers, so we might be able to get him on a little bit of a cheaper deal than what we would have if somebody had an offer on him. So that's a decent deal. So that could be 2 big corners coming to the team. And then I want to focus on a D tackle. But who's a D tackle that is interesting? Tavon Austin doesn't have any offers on him. I don't think I want to get this far down. I don't want to really go this far down into the D tackle. There was a D tackle that didn't have any offers. I don't remember where he was, though. Did he not have offers? Was it somebody else? It might have been somebody else that I was looking at. Tavon Austin doesn't have any offers. He is classified as a running back. I wouldn't classify him as a running back. I thought he could be a running back, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I'd classify him more as a slot receiver, kind of the rule that Julian Edelman plays. But we'll throw an offer. If he doesn't sign, he doesn't sign. But if he does, that'd be cool. Danico Autry, I wouldn't hate having on the team. We'll go with a contract there. And we still have plenty of money, so money's not really the problem here. I do need to look for a free safety, so let's go back to the top. Since I can't scroll straight to free safeties, I have to go back up to the top and see if there's a free safety here at the top that we could try and overbid. I don't want to say overbid, but try and compete with. Who's the top free safety on the market? Maybe we haven't even seen one yet. I don't know if I've seen one. A lot of kickers, a lot of running backs, but those are the kind of contracts that don't get super affected by the fantasy draft aspect. There's the strong safety position. But do we have an actual free safety? Another strong safety. Bradley McDougall is the highest rated free safety. And once again, the Commanders are going in. They are spending so much money. There's Cordell Patterson. That could be interesting. Obviously, we know how Cordell Patterson is nowadays. But back then, he wasn't rated as highly as he is now. So there's Obi Melifonwu. We could turn him into a free safety, I guess, if there's not another free safety that I like. We also have, oh, that's the top 100 done. Okay. I wish I could, like, my two right and R1, L1 work, but my left trigger doesn't work for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with this. It's an old controller, but still. Okay, so we're not going to compete with the Commanders for the top free safety. So we'll just have to go with a strong safety and then move somebody over, because we do have Terrell Edmonds, excuse me. We do have Terrell Edmonds. So if we move Terrell Edmonds or Jalen Watkins, either one of them, over to free safety, that could be probably the best idea. So I think we'll do that. We'll set this out at about 6.5, and we'll see what that gets us. So I think I'm fine with what we have there. I think I'm fine simulating to the next week. Like I said, it's not a huge free agency class because of the way that the fantasy draft screws up all the contracts. So I wasn't expecting anything crazy in the first place, but I do like what we offered here. We get Mo Claiborne, so that's another good corner added. Danico Autry comes to the squad, and Jake Elliott, so we replaced our kicker. That's perfect. But we did not sign the other corner that we offered. TJ Carey, we're still ahead of him, but the Chiefs put a better offer in. League signings, my negotiation. Okay, here we go. My negotiation. So TJ Carey, we're still ahead with. I'll increase the offer of Tavon Austin just in case he decides that he doesn't want to sign just because it's a lower offer. So 71 points he should accept. Jalen Watkins hopefully will accept. And we're 2 points ahead of the Chiefs, or ahead of the Broncos. For TJ Carey, do I want to bump that up a little bit more? I guess I could give him a little bit higher of a bonus. Maybe that entices him a little bit more. I don't want to go too crazy. We'll pay him an extra $1 million. See what that puts us. Oh, that puts us up massively. 14 points ahead of him. So we'll simulate the next week. See if we can get those last 3 guys to come to the squad. We also have scouting to do, which we need to focus on. Ooh, okay. So there's some good. So we pick round 13. We pick at pick 13. And I don't know if there's going to be... I really wish we wouldn't have won those games so that we'd have a higher pick. I don't know what we're going to have to target here. That center looks pretty good, right? Let me see what he is. He's an early first-round talent. Yeah, he looks decent. He doesn't look amazing, but he looks decent. Let's target some free safeties. There's only one good free safety in the class. That's not promising. This Ray Hui guy, and he's an early first-round talent. I'll put him on the board, but he doesn't really even look that great. That's very scary that there's only one first-round talent free safety, one only good free safety in the class. It's a very weak free safety class, that is for sure. But we'll see what we can get. Can we get those last 3 guys to sign to the Chargers? That would help our defense out a lot. That would help our defense out very much. Jalen Watkins accepts. TJ Carey rejects, which is interesting, so we don't get that other corner. TJ Carey, I'm assuming he chose the Broncos. So we add Tavon Austin to the squad. I may just move Tavon Austin to wide receiver just because I think that would fit him a little bit better in terms of my play style. So we move him to wide receiver. And then I think I'm going to move Jonathan Allen to D tackle. So there's Tavon Austin. He is now a 66 overall wide receiver, which isn't amazing, but it is what it is. And then we definitely need to draft a left tackle in the draft. Do I want Jalen Watkins or do I want Terrell Edmonds to be our free safety? So he's got 90 speed, 77 pursuit, 65 play rec, 70 zone, 78 man. Okay, what about Jalen Watkins? What are his stats? Is his stats better suit playing free safety? He's got about the same stats. That's actually pretty scary that they have so much similar stats. So it's really he has better pursuit. There's really not a bad choice in terms of both of them are very, very similar. So I think we'll move Jalen Watkins to free safety. He's a 77 now. Will he change to a lower overall or a higher overall? That is the big question here. He is a 77, so he stays at what he is. And I do want to move... Oh, Jonathan Allen is already at D tackle, but I do want to make him officially a D tackle so that he's not classified as a right end anymore. So we'll move him to D tackle, save the changes, and then we need to make the most of these draft picks. That is for sure. We need to get a left tackle. Maybe we trade a draft pick for a left tackle. I don't know if that's going to be valuable or not. And we do have some better corners now. Mo Claiborne, Joe Hayden, Eli Apple. We have a little bit more depth at corner. But if we go to the trade center and we try and target a left tackle, because that is a very big need. The Bears also need a left tackle, so we won't trade with them. But oh, I forgot that I can't use the left trigger. That's not good. So I'm gonna do it like this. That's dumb. Whatever. Isaiah Wynn, only 22 years old. Okay. Very interesting. They need a defensive tackle, and I can't do the left trigger. Why is this broken? Oh, there we go. Oh, is it working now? I just needed to hit it a little bit. Okay. Oh, it's broken. Too broken. This controller's so scuffed, man. Okay, so at least it's working a little bit. We only have 2 D tackles now officially because Jonathan Allen's a D tackle. Stop it. Stop it. Bad controller. Bad controller. All right, so we brought in Danico Autry, Jonathan Hankins. I just don't think we have a lot of... No. Stop it. I said stop it. I don't think we have a lot of depth or enough depth to really trade a player. I mean, we could give them Lawrence Timmons. Do you want Lawrence Timmons? They really don't want Lawrence Timmons, and it changed the team on me. It changed the team on me. What team was that? That was the Bengals, right, with Isaiah Wynn? Isaiah Wynn, although, might be a little bit too hard to get because he is super young. No, I said stop it. I shouldn't have fixed it in the first place. It was better when it wasn't working. You shouldn't have fixed it in the first place. Bengals, Isaiah Wynn. Let's go for our own draft pick. Do I trade a draft pick? I don't really know what to do. I don't really know what to do. I am very, very much confused on what I want to do. Scout college players. Is there a left tackle in the class? I don't imagine there would be. And now my right trigger's not working. There we go. This whole controller's just scuffed. All right, so there is Spencer Hobbs, a late first round talent that is a second round pick projected. That's very promising. There's also Renee. I don't know if it's Renee or it's Rennie. Bowie, who's a second round projection, or a third round projection, but a second round talent. It seems like there's a lot of depth at left tackle this year, which is good. Blair Shatley is a mid-first rounder, but he doesn't look as good as Spencer Hobbs does. I'm definitely going to target Spencer Hobbs, probably with our second round pick. I'm not sure who we take with the first round pick. I guess I could try and sign a left tackle with some money just in case, just so we have a guy on the roster. So let's go to left tackle. It's not great. Matt Khalil's here, but he's 30. It's not great. Tyrell Crosby is only 23. At 23, I mean, that's better than what it could be. So it's better than Ryan Khalil, that's for sure. I mean, Ryan Khalil, they were basically the same overall, and he was, what, 7 years younger than him, so I'll take that. And he does accept, so we at least have a left tackle on the roster. He's not a great left tackle, he's at 68 overall, but at least we have a left tackle on the roster. I would like to sign, or draft that left tackle, Hobbs, whatever his name was. So let's go over here, scout a couple guys on the pass rushing side of things. Crosby Hood, late first round talent. Jaron Ellis, or Jaron Ellis, another second round guy. Dontarius Church, Cornelius Steed. What are these names? Lewis Kirkland doesn't look amazing. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not really sure what to do when we get to the draft, which is coming up right now. I'm not going to trade up. I don't think that we need to. I don't see us getting anybody or giving up anybody that would be valuable. We don't really have a lot of valuable players on this team. Free agency recap, I don't think we need to take a big look at this. Theo Riddick goes to the Chiefs. Giovanni Bernard to the Dolphins. Anything like out of the ordinary? No, Bobby McCain also signs with the Commanders along with Aaron Colvin. So the Commanders really must have needed cornerback depth because they spent a lot of money on corners. And now we go to the NFL draft. The Steelers have the first pick in the draft. No wonder they fired Mike Tomlin. Who's going to be the first pick? It is Marshall Wilkinson, 82 overall out of Louisville. No surprise there. We scouted him. He looked like a stud. Second pick in the draft is Curry Roberts, 80 overall. So this was a very heavy pass rushing draft. O.C. Hall out of Miami goes 3 to the Packers. Then we get the Cowboys taking Tyrone Cherry, a center from Pittsburgh. Pitt. And now we go top 5. Bengals get Ellis Gage, a corner out of Pitt as well. So back-to-back Pitt players go in the draft, top 10. Okay, so I don't think we're going to get Ray Huey. That could be an option here if you would just not do that. If you would just not be stupid and break the controller. I don't think we're going to get Ray Huey. I would think he's going to go. Who do we take? I want to take a guy early first round talent. I just don't know if any of the early first round talent guys are going to be there. So if we go to... I can't go to my board, can I? There we go. Okay, if I just go to the draft board quickly. Do I not have anybody? I have somebody on the draft board, right? Oh, it's because I'm in quarterbacks and not all positions. So if we go to scouted and then draft board. So these are the kind of guys that I have targeted. Spencer Hobbs, I think will make it to the second round. I hope he does. If he doesn't, it's going to really suck. That's going to really suck. I don't really know what we do. I don't really know what we do. I don't want to trade up because I don't think we have the assets to trade up. David Kirpikis from Oklahoma goes to the Lions. There goes Ray Huey. He ends up being 80 overall. I figured he was going to be pretty high overall. There goes Pearson Grisham to the Giants. Carol Gunther. Bad pick by the Colts. Charles Wyatt goes to the Raiders. So the Pittsburgh Pittsburgh had a pretty good college year. They had a lot of players. Alexander LaRoque? Alexander LaRoque? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you go to the Miami Dolphins, and Lewis Kirkland heads to Minnesota. So we are here, and unfortunately Ray Huey's not here, but we do have, not you. Don't draft somebody that I don't want to draft. No, stop it. I should have used the other controller. Let's go to the draft board. Let's go to all positions, not quarterback. No, not drafted, not scouted, all positions. There we go. So we only have 3 guys available on the draft board. Stop it, please. I'm getting really sick and tired of this. I'm getting really sick and tired of hurting my hand by hitting this controller so many times. And it just won't stop, will it? It just won't stop. Draft board. Yes, I understand. No, I don't want to take Warren Fit. No, I don't want to take a fullback in the first round. If this stupid controller makes me draft somebody that I don't want to draft, I'm going to be very upset. Look at this. Look at how bad this controller is. I want to go to all positions, and I want you to let me have somebody here. No, I want you to get off of all positions now. Go off of all positions. Don't go to quarterbacks. There we go. Okay, no, now I'm on quarterbacks again. Now I'm on strong side. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to cut right here for a second. I'm going to figure something out. Okay, so I got a new controller. Hopefully this one doesn't have the same amount of problems. And I don't know where we want to go here, because everybody that I have left on my draft board is a second-round talent. But they are also the, whatchamacallits. They're the early first-rounders. Although this guy, Cedric Gibson's also an early first-rounder, but he's 24. And he's not super fast. That's probably what threw me off of him in the first place. We could take a quarterback, but this strong safety, Marquise Charles, is also 24. Why is everybody so old? There's Blair Shatley. There's Curry Cadigan, who's a late first-round talent. He's got decent stuff, but he's also slow, although none of the linebackers are that slow. 4.77's the fourth fastest. Then none of the middle linebackers are that fast. Let's see. What's going on? Can I not move? Is this controller bad too? Hello? There we go. Okay, there we go. Something's happening, I think. Is something happening? I gotta get new controllers, man. This is not good for anybody. I can't move the thing. Are you not gonna work? Oh, is it moving? It's like slowly work. It's like, oh, it's like not registering fully. Okay, there we go. I might have enough time to get somebody. I think I'm going to take that linebacker, Curry Cadigan. Although I could trade back. That might be a better option. I think I'm going to trade back, actually. Because since Ray Huey's not here, let's review the offers. Somebody's got to be willing to give me a first-round pick and more. There are a few teams willing to give me first-rounders. But those are for next year. And I don't know if I want to use... They're not giving me great picks. I'm going to have to take somebody, aren't I? I'm going to have to take somebody, and I don't really want to take anybody, but I guess I'm going to have to. And let's take Curry Cadigan. No, not Dre Perryman. No, not you. Back out of that. Take Curry Cadigan. He is star development, 75 overall, ranked number 45 in true value. Okay, that's a good first pick. I'll take that. I'm not mad at that at all. There goes a lineman. Gilbert Chapman ends up being a 74. All right, we have to be on the lookout for there's the first quarterback. There goes Marquise Charles. What was his name again? It was a left tackle. He shouldn't go before the other left tackle. It's Spencer Hobbs. We have to look for Spencer Hobbs. Hopefully he doesn't get taken in the first round. I wouldn't think that he will. Walker Bradford. There goes Cedric Gibson, 77 overall. There goes Blair Shatley, so that's a little bit worrying. Crosby Hood, who I did like, goes to the 49ers. Brock Moyer goes... Do we try and trade up into the first round? I really don't want this guy to get off the board. I really don't. I think we might have to try to trade up with the Patriots to get this left tackle. So let's go to the Patriots. Trade for their first round pick. Pick 30. I really don't want him to get off the board. I'll trade you my second round pick. They don't want to do it, but they need a little bit more value, so I'll give you a 5th rounder as well. You'll say yes to that, and we can move on. No, they need a little bit more value, so I can give them a 3rd round pick next year, but I'll take away my 5th round pick this year. Trade declined. Of course, they need a little bit more value. What else do they need? The Patriots are being so picky. Trade declined. Would it get done with the 4th rounder? Probably not, really. I don't think the Patriots are the option, but are the Patriots the team that would take our guy? There go the Rams. We'll take the Rams. We'll see if this can work. Come on, Rams. Is that 4th round pick going to do it? Please say that it will. Please say that it will. I don't think that it's going to take 2 seconds, isn't it? And I don't really want to give up 2 seconds, but I might have to because I really want this guy. 2 seconds. Cha. What about a 2 seconds and a 6th for the Rams pick? Trade offer was accepted, so we move up to the pick after the Patriots. If the Patriots take this guy, I'm going to be so upset. Okay, they took a tackle, but luckily they didn't take our guy. So now I can go in and take our Spencer Hobbs. He's a late 1st round talent, but he looks really good. He looks like the best option. He only has normal development, but he is 76 overall, so right away he can start at left tackle for us, and maybe he can develop. Who knows? I think that was a pretty good pick. Now we have to sim to the next user pick. We don't have any picks in the 2nd round after trading. So let's go and see what we can do here. And we don't have our pick next year, too. So maybe that was worth it. Maybe it wasn't worth it. I don't know. All right, so there are a couple guys that we do have scouted left on the board. Curry Carrington. What about Wes Kaiser or Cozier? He looks good enough. We'll take him. 75 normal. At this point, we're just getting depth. We're not drafting guys for like development trades, but we're just getting a lot of good depth. Getting a lot of good depth pieces. And now we enter the 4th round. If I could actually click on the right button. Pick player. All right. So we got Elgin Waller, wide receiver from Purdue. He's ran 4.3 speed. Or he ran a 4.340, I should say. And mid-3rd round talent, let's take him. He's a deep threat, 75 overall. But he does have 96 speed, 95 excel. That is a fast boy. That's like the Rondale Moore. That's like the Rondale Moore pick right there. Next user pick is in the 5th round. Is there going to be anybody else that we need to get? There's nobody else that we have scouted that's actually good. So we're just going to take a shot in the dark with a D tackle. Let's go 2 D tackles. And let's take a shot in the dark. Who's a good D tackle with a good combine grade? This guy's got a 5.8. That could be good, I guess. He's 6'5". That guy is. This guy's 6'5" too, 298. Let's go with this guy. He's from Georgia. How bad could he be? How bad could he be? He's a 67 normal. Okay, so he was pretty bad. He was pretty bad, and we will just skip on to the end of the draft probably because I don't need to draft. If that's how the draft's gonna go, I don't need to go to the end to the rest of the draft. So. A little bit disappointing that the draft didn't go our way, but also we just didn't have a great pick. We were right in the middle of the draft, like at 13. That's not where you want to be. You either want to be at the beginning of the draft or at the end of the draft. That's where you want to be. So we kind of got screwed there because we won a few games that we probably shouldn't have towards the end of the season. We end up getting a decently balanced draft. They took a right tackle and a right end with the last 2 picks. Okay, we got a decent draft out of it. Who was the highest overall player? It was those pass rushers, right? I think so. Yeah, Marshall Wilkinson went number 1 overall. He's an 82. Then Curry Roberts. Who was the highest overall guy that didn't go in the 1st round? It doesn't look like... actually, that's just 1st round picks. Let's go with this. So who was the highest overall guy that go in the 1st round? It was Charles Mason, 2nd round, pick 5. Unfortunately, we didn't have a top 5 pick in the 2nd round, so we couldn't get him. But there was also some 74 overalls. Rashad Stovall ends up being a little bit better than our left tackle. He only has normal development, which makes you feel a little better because our guy only has normal development. But that's good. That is good to see. So we move into the preseason. I will get all the preseason stuff done and out of the way before next Thursday's episode. But that is the offseason done. It wasn't tremendously interesting or exciting, but we did, I think, improve the team a little bit. We brought in some more depth at wide receiver. We brought in some more depth on defense. We got a new left tackle. Drafted a left tackle, so that's pretty good. It says we have an 89 defense or 87 defense and 89 offense. We should be good this year. Jonathan Allen hopefully will develop. We have some more corner depth. We have a new free safety. Our linebackers have always been pretty good. So we'll see. I mean, this defense doesn't look horrible. It really doesn't. And the offense doesn't look horrible either, except for the left tackle spot. We look pretty solid. It's just really up to Josh Allen and his development. It's really up to Josh. He's got star development, which I think is, in newer Maddens, is now called superstar development. So we'll see what can happen here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.